Yo, what is up, everybody? Back again. Y'all already know what
Nail,
it is.
play that shit.
Oh yeah!
Oh man, this man got the background.
You already know, man. Get that money, man. Get that money. Head to the house. Ain't no fuck that shit. Easy money. Easy money. Well, it should be easy money, but like
Look,
I said,
knock on wood, knock on wood.
Look at the rookies we drafted. We got Dean and we got Davis. It doesn't get better than that shit.
yeah, put that shit up.
As Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first,
you're
you're last.
Exactly.
Second place is at 2.
Definitely gonna make up for it.
Trust me. I need a sports podcast, man. I need it. What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the I Need a Sports podcast. Family, I hope y'all had a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. Hope y'all spent time well with the fam, ate some good food, grubbed on the leftovers throughout the weekend. If you still eating them now at Tuesday night, it's time to throw them away. Get rid of them. Sorry we missed y'all last week, but we was celebrating the holidays with the fam. A little busy, but we back, man. We back. So since we missed last week, that means we didn't get to recap week 11. So let me just start off by saying, Cam, Swan, if you watching this, you was right. Your Eagles beat my boys Monday night. We had them in the first half, and then for the third game in a row, we didn't score in the second half. Thank God things changed this past weekend versus the Raiders. But yeah, man, Jalen Hurts and them Eagles, man, they just keep finding ways to win. It don't matter how bad it looks. I mean, a win is a win at the end of the day. And when it comes down to it, he's making all the clutch plays when he has to. That Monday night game, it was going deep to Devontae Smith after I don't even think he had thrown for 100 yards at that point in the game. But when he had to have it, he had it. Then, once they get down to the 1 yard line, it's already automatic tush push. You can't stop that. And then MVS, oh my God. Whew, Lord, I'm still mad just thinking about that one catch. Drops the deep ball for the game. But hey, man, Eagles got their revenge, and the Super Bowl rematch. Hey, it's a regular season win. They ain't got the ring yet, though. Maybe we'll get a Super Bowl rematch. No telling. But yeah, Cameo Eagles did the thing. Kelsey, dog. I don't understand how he moves that fast at the center position. I don't know what his exact 40 time is and how that ranks up in centers of the history of the combine. But I just know when you watch it on the field, that's the fastest moving lineman I've ever seen. And honestly, at this point in their careers, I think he runs faster than Travis. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, when they have Kelsey pull on the little quarterback draws or the counter plays, and he gets outside, he be moving. And like Travis, I know he's been dealing with a lot of injuries this season, and he's getting older. But when he get the ball in the hands, he just looks like a half step slower than what he used to be. And of course, that comes with age. But Jason, man, he be moving. I think Jason Kelsey is faster than Travis Kelsey. But yeah, I will say though, the one thing I was right on, you gotta give me my credit. I told you, Snead Island ain't nothing to play with. AJ Brown got locked down that game. 8 yards, 1 catch, and he got an interception. Snead Island ain't, he been locking down number ones all season. And then McDuffie don't even get no stats because don't nobody throw McDuffie away. That's literally it. They are the top cornerback duo in the league. I will stand on that to the day. McDuffie actually leads the league in fumbles forced. Funny enough, at the corner position, him off the corner blitz is something serious. And the Snead logging up the number ones on the other side, so I'll take it. But yeah, Eagles got the dub 21-17. So my plays failed. I think that week I had Chiefs -2.5. I think Travis Kelce anytime touchdown cashed. And then I think I had us over 23.5 points, which at halftime we got 17. I'm like, oh, bet. We just need 1 touchdown. And then we don't score in the second half. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is how, like, even if we would have lost, I would have been cool if we would have got the over 23.5. But no, we just had to, get shut out in the second half for the third game in a row. But yeah, had to get that out since I wasn't able to hop on the pod and give Cam and his Eagles props last week. But yeah, man, forget about that. That was 2 weeks ago. Touch on week 12, man. Texans had a showdown for the AFC South crown versus the Jaguars. First place on the line. Did not go the Texans' way, but it's a close game, and there were some very, very questionable calls. So I'm gonna let Cam talk on his thoughts on that game and the problems with these NFL refs, man. Y'all finally in a spot where it's like, dang, are we that good of a team now where stuff getting rigged against us because they don't want to see us win? Welcome to the board, man. The Texans are here. They here. That means y'all here.
Man. Nah, bro. It's like I'm not really the type of fan to like blame referees about like about how they dictate how games go or whatever. I feel like the players got to go out there and still play. Obviously, the coaches still got to coach and stuff like that. But man, that was probably the worst refereeing game I've seen in a long time, like in the NFL, like NFL matchup or whatever. Um, Honestly, both sides of the ball. I mean, both sides for the Jags and Texans. It was just terrible, like throughout the whole game. Just missed holding calls. And then the holding calls they do call, they don't be really holding calls like that. Um, you know, I feel like my Texans got the shit side of the stick. Um, Trevor Lawrence, he threw interceptions to Derek Stingley. The refs missed obviously it was like a holding call or PI call that was supposed to be on Jalen Petrie. They missed that. The ball went right to Derek Stingley. Got his second pick in a row, 2 games straight or whatever. So then they came back around. I think it's like the next drive or two, and then that whole drive, it was just like they was pretty much picking on Tavierre Thomas, little slot corner that we have.
That's number 4, right?
Yeah, number 4, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
feel
used.
bad for him.
I felt bad for him too because he's usually one of the better slot. Like at least probably like last year or a couple years ago, he was like one of the best slot or nickel corners, whatever. And he was he usually good. So they were showing the replays, and it was just like ticky tack, like holding calls. Like I would give him one was like a holding call, but they called like 2 or 3 in a row on him, and it was just completely horrible. Then they called one on Houston, one of our safety guys named Houston in the end zone. It was like it was like I don't know what else he can do. It wasn't really like a holding call or PI call. I don't know. It was just those plays kind of dictated how the game kind of went at pretty much at the end. But also our kicker Amendola, he also missed two crucial. And I know y'all Chiefs fans know about him, but yeah, he missed 2 crucial field goals. It was just heartbroke. So it happens, man. Just gotta move on. King, I hope like this game doesn't like puts us down for like the rest of like I hope like this game like the players don't think about that game like the rest of the
Like
season.
let it linger and affect because y'all still in the wild card spot as of
We
right
still
now.
in the wild card spot, but I feel like this loss hurt us way more than it would have helped us because if it would have helped us, yeah, it would have been first place in the division or whatever, and probably what would have been like we still would have been like 1 game out of first place out of the AFC pretty much. But yeah, but now you look at it, we was just at what the 6th or 7th spot. Now we're at the 8th, the 8th seed now out of the playoff picture right now because we tied with the Colts. But yeah, I feel like it hurt. It really did hurt us more than like it would have helped us. Also, we 3rd in the division, so I don't know, man. I just hope they get. I really do hope they get past this game because we got a big game coming up versus the Broncos. It's gonna be national televised, so everybody will be watching. This is one of the games that they kind of moved. It was gonna be at the 3 slot game, but they moved it back to 12 because I think the Bills play somebody good, or maybe the Eagles play somebody good
It's
at
the Eagles and the 49ers probably.
yeah,
On all
yeah,
eyes on that one. Yeah.
yeah. So they play at 3, and then they put us at the kind of like the national click at the 12 o'clock game. So I mean, everybody gonna be watching. So yeah, I just hope they get past it because I mean, after this, our schedule's pretty easy. So I hope
Yeah.
they get past it.
And shoot, the game versus the Broncos, I mean, this playoff implications right away again. Y'all gonna face the Colts again, who are in seventh, and then Denver is tied with y'all 6-5. Y'all actually got a better conference record as of right now. So y'all win this one, y'all get 1.5 games up on them. But yeah, we gonna actually touch on the whole AFC playoff picture in a little bit, but we're gonna keep talking about week 13 for a minute. As for me, we had that bad week in week 12 or week 11, I'm sorry. And we're talking about week 12 right now. But this week I actually swept. And then of course, the week I sweep and it's good Monday. We didn't record a pod for the actual picks. So I apologize. But if y'all look at the top of the screen, the banner right there, y'all know where to follow us. These picks are posted on the Twitter specifically.
Facts.
But you can find them everywhere. You can follow me on the action now. You can do all that. But yeah, swept. Knew it was a Chiefs get right game in Arrowhead West, aka Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas Raiders. Um, Patrick Mahomes moves to 4-0 in that new stadium. I believe every time we played there, we've scored over 30 plus. So one of my picks over 26.5. Knew we would have to get right in the second half after going 3 games straight being scored to the second half. So that was a lock right there for 2 units. Then I had us -10 spread. Now the way the game started, I was like, oh my God. Well, this one was for 1 unit. F it. Just score a lot of points, win the game. Because we started off down 14-0 in the hole. And then, as you know, the Chiefs only know how. It takes all that for them to get activated for whatever reason. And from there on out, we outscored them 31-3 and finished the game 31-17. So -10 covered. Rashee Rice had him over 42.5 yards. Thank God we're finally using the best wide receiver on our roster. Like, I don't know what took so long. It sucks because it took injuries to actually force Andy's hand and actually give him, the routes and the targets. But we here, and he actually leads the league in yak, and he has 5 touchdowns now on the year. Got another one this week. Obliterated the 42.5 mark. Went over 100. First rookie wide receiver to do that since I think Dwayne Bowe back in
Damn.
like
Wait, boy, I haven't heard that name in a
it's
long
been a it's
time.
been a long time.
Heard
It's
that
been a
name in a
long
long time.
time.
Dwayne
And
Bowe was nice though. I
he
ain't gonna
wa-
count.
the way Bo
Dwayne
can
Bowe was
go
nice.
in and be better than MVS right now, I'm fully convinced. Whatever he's doing in life, I know he could come in and give us a solid 3-4 catches for 50 yards if we needed it. But yeah, he broke that or got over 100 since the last time Dwayne Bowe. He's on pace to smash Tyreek Hill's rookie wide receiving record. And so I think the game versus Eagles, we had like 6 wide receivers that were targeted throughout the game. And Justin Watson had something crazy like 11 targets like that. I get he's probably the most consistent receiver we have. But if we targeted him 11 times a game, it's probably not going to end too well. And that one didn't because he also had a drop in that Eagles game. This week, we only targeted, 3 wide receivers. It was Sky, Rice, Justin Watson, the way it should be. And Rice got the majority of them targets. MVS, I think he got 1 catch, maybe, for -1 yard on a screenplay or something like that. But I'll give him his props. He did have the ceiling block on Rice's touchdown as he ran up the sideline. He blocked the corner to spring him into the end zone. So I give him his props there. But then last pick for the weekend was Chiefs ML and Eagles ML. Now we flip to the Eagles game. That one, whoo, man. OT dub for the Eagles. Josh Allen, McDermott, both of them have never won an overtime game. They're both 0-6 in their career in overtime games.
Oh, we gotta
Which
change the rule though.
changed the rules and got the ball first,
Got
still
the
couldn't score. You're not on the same page with your wide receiver 2, Gabe Davis. It's just like knowing the fact that y'all 0-5 coming into the game in overtime. You get the ball back with 20 seconds after the Eagles nailed that 60-yard field goal with Elliott. And you got 1 timeout. And you got Josh Allen, he was actually having a great game
Yeah, he's
Sunday.
actually
Like I'm not even about to sit up here and bash him. He played amazing Sunday. Besides that last throw, you already know the history with my Chiefs in the 13 seconds and some of the other Bills blunders. You gotta at least take a shot or
yeah.
something. See if you can miraculously get into field goal range. Because the literally the history says you're not winning in overtime. But no, you take a knee, take it to overtime, get the ball first, drive in, and then stall out, kick a field goal, and then what do you know? Defense lets Jalen Hurts march right back down the field, get a game-winning touchdown, and that's ball game. So like, come on now. They fired their offensive coordinator a couple weeks ago. The Bills are now 6-6. If they don't make the playoffs, which they most likely won't, McDermott is gone. He's got to be out of there. He's been on the hot seat. I think this is now his fifth year. My favorite stat that I always tell y'all: coach, quarterback combo, 5 years, no Super Bowl ring. It never happens. He's done. These defensive minded head coaches are slowly but surely getting flushed out of the league all the way because they're just not producing winning unless they have a bona fide offensive coordinator. And they got rid of Josh Allen's coordinator that had him playing good, or not got rid of him. He took a job with New York and Brian Dable. So it's been downhill ever since. I know you had tweeted. It looks like Josh Allen purposely don't be targeting Stephon Diggs. Sometimes he's been having a quiet month. We haven't really heard much.
Quiet
I don't
man.
think he scored a touchdown either. So who knows what's going on, Buffalo? But I told y'all from the start they weren't making the playoffs. Things were funky from the way last season ended, coming to training camp, the whole Diggs situation. So yeah, how you feel about the Bills in that Eagles game? Jay Hurts, man.
Man,
It looked
I got
ugly, but he
yeah.
he get the job done and he finished with 5 touchdowns. So
It's like, it's like with the Eagles, they just find ways to win. And with like good teams like that, with great teams, elite teams find ways to win. And again, I think they came back from behind in this game and end up win at the end. So, it's always good, when teams like that come back and win. But yeah, elite teams find ways to win, and that's what they've been doing, even if they doing the tush push at the end zone or whatever, but they just find ways to win, man. But with the Bills, man, that's a tough loss for them. Very unfortunate. They go down to the 10th seed now, so that's very 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 tough for them. Very unfortunate, but yeah, like you said, you can't really bash JA on that game because I mean he was actually playing good. I think he did throw an interception
he threw
later.
one bad interception
Yeah,
that
'cause
gave them the
I
ball.
texted you. I was like, the ups and
There you go.
downs.
There you go.
We knew
But
it was coming,
but
man.
Jalen Hurts also gave them one and a
Yeah,
fumble. So it's
and a
like
fumble.
they still got to win that game. The way it ended,
Hmm.
they got to win that one for sure.
Definitely got to win that one. But yeah, like you said, at the end, you just can't be you and your receiver. Y'all can't be what's the word for it? Like not locked in or not on the same page during that crucial time in a game that you kind of need to win. You just can't be not on the same page then. But yeah. Also, like you said, I don't know what's going on with him and Diggs. They swear they're the bestest friends and stuff like that. The NFL
Cap,
love NFL love
cap.
reposting that that video during I guess it's like during Thanksgiving or whatever with Stephon Diggs kind of getting choked up, whatever. And he was like, I'm thankful. They was like stretching or whatever.
Yeah.
And Stephon Diggs like, I'm thankful for you, whatever. He started getting choked up, or whatever, and hugged him and walked off. The NFL love reposting that, but hey, man, this man hadn't scored a touchdown, like you said, I think like in this whole month or whatever. So I don't know what's going on over there. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen in that locker room has seen by now what Javon Diggs was saying about Josh Allen and the Bills. Period. So I would think a trade probably is going to happen in the
Yeah, it
near
got to because
future.
he signed that at 96 million extension, I think, at the beginning
Yeah,
of last year. So, and he's got 2 more years on that deal after this one. So, yeah, it's gonna have to be a trade to where I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think Diggs is still one of the. He hasn't, performed like it as of late with whatever we're saying is going on.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still probably arguably top 5, maybe top 3 receiver in the league, given the right opportunity. So I don't even know what kind of trade package that would garner. Like, I know obviously he probably wants to play with his brother. What would Jerry be willing to give up, and like how much would he be willing to give up? Because then can you even really do that in the Cowboys? Because they're gonna have to pay Parsons this offseason.
Yeah,
He's going to
exactly.
become the highest paid defensive end after Bosa. That's just how it goes. Dak's contract is also up. And even though they season could end miserably again, I still don't think Jerry would move off of him. He loves Dak for whatever reason. So I would assume Dak is going to work out some type of deal and get paid.
Yeah, he gonna get paid.
So I don't know how that one work, but shoot, man. I don't think they would trade him to us, but man, I take Diggs.
Just
Man,
imagine.
we wide receiver one. But yeah, man, the Bills, it sucks for them because they not that they got to go full rebuild, but at least the window with this current team as built is over.
It's
Like
over. Yeah.
it's over. Um, I said it last year. I was wondering, like, you signed Von Miller to like, was that like 5 or 6 years, $100-something million, and he's
Stupid,
like
man.
34, and then unfortunately he tears his ACL. He's 34 and coming off a torn ACL. Maybe he could get back to the Von Miller we really know next year, but as of this year, it's not happening, and it might not ever come back because he is that old. You paid Josh Allen already, so that contract's gonna start kicking in. You got an unhappy wide receiver one, McDermott. You know, he this start of the season, the defensive coordinator just leaves, steps away from football. McDermott says he's gonna take over the play calling. They just fired their offensive coordinator. Defense always giving up leads and hasn't looked that great besides leading the league in sacks. That's about the only positive. But when it comes down to it in games like this, they can't ever get the stop, and Josh Allen can't ever finish it on the other end. So yeah, Bills are done. In other news around the league, just to kind of wrap up week 13, those are probably the two most prominent things. 49ers smoked Seattle Thanksgiving night. Cowboys smoked the Commanders. They said Ron Rivera will be let go of at the end of the season. I don't know why you don't just fire him now. Like, what's the point?
Cancel
Like,
pay. No, I'm playing.
oh
My bad.
the,
My bad.
the Packers upset the Lions at home. I saw somewhere, so I'm sure you've seen it too because it went viral on Twitter. But apparently, when the moon is in a waxing gibbous phase
Y'all seen that shit.
on Thanksgiving, the Lions have lost like it was 11 games in a row on Thanksgiving. It became 12 last week, so that happened. Jordan Love balled out, and now he gets to go up against my Chiefs this weekend at Lambeau Sunday night.
Ooh,
Can't wait for that one.
Crazy
That's
game.
that's gonna be crazy. He gonna get welcomed to Snead Island.
Mm-hmm.
I think McDuffie might get him his first interception for his career. I don't know, but yeah, those are all basically blowout games. The Lions game ended closer than what it was, but Packers dominated that game from the jump. I think Goff had like 3 turnovers. Steelers, funny enough, they fired Matt Canada. Never had a 400-yard game with him. First game without him, 400 yards of total offense.
So we
So
know what the problem was.
we know what the problem was. Maybe Kenny Pickett, maybe he can be, a game manager for real. Who knows? Time will tell. Bengals, of course, dropped another one. Their season was already basically over with Joe Burrow being out, but losing another division game. That basically solidifies it. They most likely not gonna make the playoffs, and they still got more games to go. Unfortunately, the Browns take an L, and it looks like they lost Myles Garrett for some time. I don't know
He got
what.
hurt.
Yeah, I don't know what the official injury was. I just know he was in the arm sling after the game. So I'm assuming that's not that good.
I think I did see something like that.
Yeah, so if there is a miraculous way if the Bills can, string off some wins, I don't think they'll win out the rest of the season, but if they can string off some wins, I think if Myles Garrett is out, the Browns are probably going to fall out of the playoff picture with their quarterback play and losing their best player on the team that's left. So who knows what that is? I'm looking it up right now. I can't. One sec. Myles Garrett injury. Here we go. They said he's day to day with a shoulder injury. But like I said, he was in a sling after the game. So I don't know. Players playing through anything. You see Max Crosby kneecap that I sent you earlier. That
Crazy,
kneecap was
crazy.
like this
That
big,
big, bro.
like a dang balloon. So,
No
but
reason for him to be playing. That's how I was like, Tasha, I was like, I thought he's out. I thought he's out. He out there playing, rushing at Pat. I'm like, this dude crazy.
I'm like, I was like, I knew he wasn't gonna miss the game because it's Pat. But then it's like when that picture dropped this morning, I was like, bro, even if he wants to play, I get it. The player's always going to play. As a organization, that's their literal franchise player as of right now.
It is.
His knee looks like that, and he already came out and said apparently too that it's gonna have to take some surgery or something in the offseason, like once he gets that time. And you just let him go out and play, and he was in the hospital the morning of the game. Come on now. That
Stupid.
that's like, I know it's not probably technically, but that just feels like some HIPAA malpractice or something. Like that just can't happen. And for what? They lost by 14, and he probably only did more damage to the knee at the end of the day. So that sucks for them. But another other games touch on Miami. They dubbed the Jets Friday night or not Friday afternoon, I guess, in the first ever Black Friday game. Tim Boyle at quarterback. I don't know. He's Aaron Rodgers' friend, so that's why he's got a job. But the Jets are now, well, I think 4-7. Aaron Rodgers said he won't come back, or him coming back is kind of dependent on the Jets playoff scenario.
I still don't know how. How is he?
He's not going to come back because the Jets aren't going to make the playoffs if you got Tim Boyle starting at quarterback. This week they get the Falcons, so maybe the defense can propel them to a win, but I could still see them losing that game. And they got your Texans after that. Like, it's not looking good. They lose one more game. I think they said Rodgers was eyeing a return December 24th. It's November 28th as of right now.
Side note, they have to do something about that field, bro.
Oh yeah,
they need to get rid of turf. Like
it don't make no sense. Owners just being cheap.
It makes no sense why they have turf in NFL now. Like have like even the players are wanting grass, bro. Like
your own players at that. Like come on now. Like I think with that graphic you sent me, if I could find it, I'll add it to this. But I think it was like 8 or 9. It might be 7 players technically, because Sterling Shepard literally got hurt twice back to back, who plays for the Giants on that field. But it's been like 8 players in the last 2-3 years that have torn Achilles, MCL, or ACL all on that field. And it's like the owners got the money. They can do it because they take the turf out, and if it's a soccer game being played and they put the grass in. Easy peasy. If it's a concert, they'll take it right out. But because the football players is cheaper to maintain on week, man, y'all got the money to do that.
Wait. So if it's a soccer game at MetLife, they
would soccer players will not play on turf whatsoever because they know how.
Yeah,
like it's even worse for them. All the cutting and stuff they doing. So soccer players do not play on turf. That's why all of these European stadiums you see is all grass. I think I forgot which one it was, but they were highlighting it. I think it was wherever the Jaguars played. I forget which country they were in, but I think their stadium that they played in, they actually engineered something where you can put the turf under, like there's a floor that can raise up over the turf, and then the turf can stay, away from the weather when it's not being played on, and then they just move it back up when it's time for game time. I'm sorry, not turf, the grass field. So literally, like it might cost a couple extra 100,000, but these owners got that money.
Yeah, they got that money.
I feel like if the NFL too, like the NFL can pay for all these stadiums to have grass just from the fine money they be finding players. 40,000 for every.
JJ Watt been going crazy on Twitter about that. It's been like little stupid. Like I seen a Mon Rock got fined like 40
for that block.
Yeah, for a little block he did 40,000 for that. That's insane, bro.
And it sucks for the players. Like I think it was a player on the Browns or something. He's like a rookie or second year, but his contract ain't nothing. He was like, I'm basically playing for free because he got fined like 2 weeks in a row. So it's like you literally taking everybody's livelihood with these steep ass fines, and for what? Like I get wanting to make the game saver, but why the fine got to be 40K? Like why is
Insane.
that the immediate like 40K? Why can't it be like 5, 10? Maybe on the it varies on the extremity of the hit. Like make some levels to it or something. But no, everything 40K, and it's like they just robbing them. They just
Yeah,
robbing
they
them.
robbing them, man.
But use that money to put on some grass fields, man. It's terrible. It's terrible what they doing to these players, man. I would think I don't know when the next maybe because I know they're well no I don't know when the next player CBA is because the TV deal just came this year when they switched to YouTube TV. I was gonna say maybe they need to renegotiate them, but it's the NBA I'm thinking of whose TV deal finna be up. So Players Association got to get something together. Watch, we gonna be in a NFL lockout until the owners agree to put all grass fields in every stadium or something crazy like that. But last game touch on really Ravens Saints Sunday night. Um you know how we said the Eagles will find a way to win. The Chargers will just find a way to lose. Like, and they did it again. I don't know. Like, I get Justin Herbert, the defense, the coordinator called bad plays, but you just hired a new coordinator for him that's supposed to help him out. You got weapons. You got Keenan Allen. You got Eckler. I know Mike Williams hurt. You drafted Quentin Johnson. He's
Oh
he's
my God, he's
he's
horrible.
been looking real bad, but I mean, they drafted him over Zay Flowers, over Rasheed Wright. Like at the end, there's you can't keep making an excuse for this guy. At the end of the day, you are what you are. Justin
Mm-hmm.
Herbert, top 5 talent, no doubt. Top 12 quarterback when it comes down to it. Like he doesn't win games. I get the defense will let him down. I get the offensive coordinator lets him down sometimes. But there's been at least 3 times this season off the top of my head that I'm just thinking of. Week 1, Miami. Miami scores with over 2 minutes left. They go up 36-34. Field goal wins the game. You just have to get your team into field goal range. If you the elite quarterback, you got to do that. And at that time, that's week 1. So everybody's healthy that week. So really no excuse there. Fails to do it, they go 3 and out. I think he throws an interception to end that one. Then Tennessee go to overtime. He gets the ball first. 3 and out, punt. Tennessee's able to kick a walk-off field goal. This week, Ravens are up 13-10. 2+ minutes left. 3 timeouts. All you got to do is get in the field goal range at the very least. Force overtime. 3 and out. And on the 4th down play, I this was a combination of him being bad and coaching being bad. Ravens call a 0 all-out blitz, and it's not picked up whatsoever. Herbert doesn't adjust the protection. The receivers don't know what they're doing, which lets me know the coach didn't, have a play or a plan in place for the all-out 0 blitz because Guyton and Everett just took off and didn't even look back, even though they the hot routes because the blitz came from their side. So Justin Herbert, I don't even like. I know it's obviously way easier said than done, but like just think of quarterbacks when pressure comes blitzing off the edge. Think of Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, um, Joe Burrow. Someone comes screaming off the edge. I'm willing to bet 6 times out of 10, those quarterbacks I just named gonna find a way to make that man miss and get a throw off.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert, statue in the pocket, gets hit, ball doesn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage, game over. And it's intentional grounding. Like Chargers just gonna find a way to lose, man. It is what it is. But yeah, that's week 13 or week 12. We're about to get into week 13. But first off, like I said, we were gonna talk about the AFC playoff picture because things are getting serious as we are moving into week 13. So standings, everybody, it's literally a close race with everybody. 2 games place apart, first place in the 7th seed wild card. So we're gonna go through the list. I'm gonna ask Cam give his thoughts first. We're gonna go through every team 1 through 10 because that's where Buffalo is. Cincinnati is 11. Las Vegas Chargers 5-7, 4-7. I don't think they're making the playoffs. They don't have a shot. So we're gonna go through the 10 teams that have a realistic chance to make the playoffs. The remaining schedule, what we think they finish as, and where that would place them in the final playoff race. So we're gonna start with Baltimore, 9-3, currently first place in the AFC. They're on a bye this week, so technically If my Chiefs are able to win this weekend, we get bumped up back to first place because we only have one conference loss, whereas the Ravens have all three of their losses are in the conference. But coming off their bye, they got the Rams at home. Dub or nah?
I think Dub, yeah.
Yeah, that's a dub. Then they go to Jacksonville Sunday night.
29.
That's a tough one. Mm, what you
It's a
think of
tough
the?
it's a tough one. Jacksonville has been hot. Um, I just think the Ravens are a better team. I don't know. I think Ravens are a better team. I think they pulled out. I think it'll be close though. It'll be very close. But I got Ravens in that one.
I got the Ravens as well. So that'll put them to 11-3. Then after that, they go to San Francisco Monday night.
Now this is where I think when their losses come from. I think it comes from San Francisco. I think they dropped this like you said, it's in San Fran. San Fran been playing good now. They look like they're going back to normal. Brock Purdy looking better than when he was looking middle of the year, like a couple weeks ago, whatever. They getting back healthy. I got San Fran in that one, man.
Mm, I want to pick San Fran too, but it's just something about, like I said, all three of Baltimore's lost to the AFC. The AFC, like they all seen Lamar. They know how to play him, so to speak. The NFC is like, it's the Ravens be blowing out all the good NFC teams because they don't know what to do with Lamar. Like that's not something they see on a week to week basis. So he usually gets off on them. It's in San Francisco, so I'm gonna lean San Francisco. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens pulled that one off. But I'm gonna give them an L2, so that would knock them to 11-4. Then they get to go back home the last two games of the season. One versus the Dolphins, which will be another tough matchup. But that's Sunday, December 31st at home. It's going to be cold. I give the Ravens that dub because I don't think, one, it's a good team. Two, cold weather. Till I can see the Dolphins actually win, versus good teams in cold weather. I'm not going to be
Exactly.
a believer in that. So I'll take Ravens too. And then they finish the season at home versus Steelers. That's going to be a tough division game. And that'll probably have playoff implications for them in the one seed and
Mm-hmm.
the Steelers in getting into the playoffs. So how you think that one goes? The Steelers did, they should have lost, but they came back and won in the fourth quarter versus the Ravens earlier this season. How you see that one playing out?
I think I think the Ravens win that one. I think they win that one. I think they lock up the number. Well, it's gonna be close out of. I think y'all gonna win out too. We'll touch on that though. But I don't know. I don't know who would get that one seed if y'all both have like the.
Oh, we would get it.
Well,
We
no,
had
because y'all only got 3 losses right now, and I think y'all win out. So I think y'all will.
oh, okay.
I think y'all will get over them. So yeah, they'll be second seed. But I think it will be close, but I think they want that get back from early on in the year when they lost to the Steelers. I think they get it, and I still think the Steelers get into the playoffs though, because I don't. I mean, we'll touch on these other teams, but from looks of it, I think they should still be at least 5 or 7. They should be around there, but so I mean, we'll see.
That's fair. That's fair. So we got the Ravens finishing 13-4, both of us. Next up, fun enough, is the Chiefs, who
Chiefs.
currently sit in second place. Part of my rant from earlier, Eagles, we choked that game bad, should have won, wasted a great defensive effort that game, came back this week, got right. And funny enough, this was supposed to be the hardest part of our schedule coming into the season. We got the Bills in a couple weeks. Every time we play them, that's their Super Bowl. So I already know that's going to be a tough
They're
ass
gonna be
game,
pumped up.
regardless of how bad they are. Josh Allen will play lights out as he always does versus us for whatever reason. But besides that, this is now the second easiest schedule in the remaining schedule in the league. When it's supposed to be one of the toughest, because Bills. We thought the Patriots would be semi decent, and they turned out to be a
They
horrible
be
team.
ass. God,
The Raiders, at home, Bengals, who were supposed to have Joe Burrow, and then at the Chargers, who might be out of playoff contention completely by that time, and maybe Brandon Staley will finally be fired. But yeah, man, I think we're about to run the table. Kind of just got a glimpse of what we can do when we utilize Rashee Rice. We hand the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco on 3rd and 4th and short at the goal line. Like, just feed that man. Just feed him. It works. We have the offensive line to do it. Let's do it. Defense, they came out slow. They had their first really bad half of the season. And then, like I said, they shut them down. They scored. Josh Jacobs ran that like 60-yard touchdown to put it 14-0 with like 10 minutes left in the second. From there on out, for the next what is that? 34 minutes of game time. Chiefs held them to 3 points. That defense is rocking and rolling. We're gonna get Nick Bolton back soon. I believe he's probably gonna start practicing again this week and get moved up off the IR. Drew Tranquil is a baller. I already told y'all Snead and McDuffie Island. Pick your poison. You getting locked up either way. Patrick find his groove and he gets to tune up versus some terrible teams. We're about to run the table, and then you're gonna look up, and next thing you know, Arrowhead Invitational again for was this the 6th year in a row. So yeah, I got us finishing 14-3 once again this year. Um, the only way we don't finish 14-3, like I said, the Bills game will be tough. They beat us the last 2 regular season games in Arrowhead. Um, Last year's being we had the lead at the end. Defense gave up a touchdown drive to Josh Allen. Then Mahomes threw a game-sealing interception. And then the year before that, they blew us out in that game. But then that was the year we played them in the divisional and had that 13-second game. So that's our toughest game probably for the rest of the season. But I think we can get it done this year. And like I said, 14-3, first place in the AFC wrapped up. But in the spare chance we do lose, even if we do lose and we finish 13-4 and that's our only loss, as long as the Dolphins, I think they're the only other team with 3 losses in the AFC, huh? Or yeah, as long as the Dolphins don't finish with 3 losses and they finish with 4-2, because I think Jacksonville also got 3, but I think they'll lose again. We have the tiebreaker over Jacksonville and Miami because we beat them, and then we'll have a better conference record than Baltimore, so we'll have the ultimate tiebreaker to still get first place. So we don't have to run the table, but I think we're gonna run the table regardless. So yeah, Chiefs 14-3, chalk it, and moving on to Jacksonville, who is now 8-3, currently first place in the AFC South, but that could be given up because y'all still split with them. So I mean, if y'all can win out or something miraculous, they drop a few games here or there. You never know, but they got Cincinnati this upcoming Monday night. I think, yeah, Monday night. Obviously they're at home. Jake Browning at QB. Cincy defense might, present a little toughness for Trevor Lawrence, but I think they should probably win that game. Move to 9-3. Then they go to the Browns at Cleveland. Now, this kind of dependent on what the severity of Myles Garrett injury is. Like I said, I just looked it up. Stefanski said it's day to day. Nobody knows what that means. Like, he could play this week, he could not. Is it serious? Who knows? Myles Garrett doesn't play. Jaguars dub. If Myles Garrett plays, they got a fighting chance in hell because that defense can probably stifle the Jaguars. And then maybe Dorian Thompson Robinson is back because he's also in concussion protocol this week. So that sucks as well for the Browns, who now have to play PJ Walker again at QB. And then I don't know who their practice squad QB is, but they're going to have to move someone up or sign someone to be backup for this game if Dorian Thompson Robinson's out, because then all you have is PJ Walker. But let's just say they get that Browns dub. Then we both had them losing the next week to Baltimore, so that would put them at 10-4. My app would this ESPN app so janky. I'll switch to no way. Can we come on, please? ESPN, work with me. Okay. Then they're at Tampa Bay the week after the Ravens, December 24th, Christmas Eve. I assume Dub. I'm sure you're thinking the same on that one.
Dub.
Then they get the at home versus the Panthers.
Panthers. That's gonna be a dub.
Dub.
Yeah,
And then they go to Tennessee.
it's
I
gonna
can
be
see
interesting.
so for this one, say they do lose to the Ravens, and then they do lose or not lose, but the Chiefs or Ravens have first place sold up. There's a potential there they might rest people that week. Like
Mhm.
depending on how the Ravens Chiefs shake out. Like say the Ravens get first place in the AFC, and then the Chiefs and Jacksonville are in the battle for second or third. Jacksonville probably rest their players because the Chiefs have the tiebreaker, like I was saying. So they're gonna get home field. They match up in the divisional either way. So they might choose to rest people there. But I say I give Tennessee the edge anyway because Tennessee usually plays them hard, and they probably won't have anything to lose at that point in the season. They probably just go all out. I see them getting that dub. So think that for me, that puts the Jaguars at like what 12-5 to end the year for me. So mm-mm. I'm marking these down as we say, so I can look back, see
Go
how
back on it.
how the playoff seedings fall out too. Then next up, fourth place currently, leader of the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Now, Dolphins, they should be able to run the table the next 3 weeks. Honestly, I don't see them losing.
They beat bad teams. They just like Dallas.
They
Honestly,
they
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 just
they
like
gonna they gonna beat up on bad
Dallas.
teams. Props to them because
Props.
they're not losing the ones they should lose or losing the ones they should win.
Yep.
They beating up on them bad teams. So props to them. They got the Commanders, Titans, Jets again the next 3 weeks. Those will or should
Yeah,
all be
it should be all
dubs.
good wins. Yeah.
Tyreek Hill honestly might have the 2K yards by that point in time, knowing
He
some of
might.
these teams. But then to end the season, things get real dicey for them, and it's going to be a battle of who can finally end, the stigma. They got the Cowboys at home
I mean, they
Christmas
could
Eve.
they could end
They
the
could
tie.
tie.
Nobody go home happy.
that would be the one to do it. And they ended in a tie.
That's funny.
I don't know. I don't know. And then Dolphins at home Christmas Eve.
I don't know, man. That game's a toss up, but I'm gonna lean Dallas because at least we seen. I think we seen Dallas beat a good team before. Not this year. They haven't beat above. Not this year. Not this year. They haven't beat above 500 team this year. But I think they can do. They should be able to beat the Dolphins, bro. I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be tough, but
I think so too. But the Dolphins did just lose Jalen Phillips to torn Achilles on
yeah.
that MetLife field, so that sucks. Um, I don't know. I
Jalen
just
Ramsey's
think
playing good.
the defense has been playing better in Miami. Jalen Ramsey been locking up.
He makes a difference. Like I didn't really know like he really make a difference like that. He makes a difference though.
Yeah, he back healthy, so
Yeah.
it's tough because I can see Dak giving them the game, and I can see Tua handing it right back.
Right back. That's what I'm saying. It's literally a toss up that game. It's really a toss up. But I'm gonna lean Dallas. Me first. I'm gonna lean Dallas. I'm gonna give Dallas the edge.
I'm gonna give the Dolphins this one, man, because
I might go back on it. I might give Dolphins too because I'm just not thinking A-Chain, he gonna be back.
Yeah, he should be back. Hopefully, he stays healthy now that whenever he does come back.
And he's unstoppable. So
yeah.
I might lean Dolphins.
And while Bland has been going off and doing his thing, Gilmore on the other side playing good. They don't have anybody on that defense that can hold Tyreek Hill. And if Jalen Ramsey, which I'm sure for that game he will shadow CD for most of it.
Well, I don't see that matchup.
You take away CD, I don't know how Dak is going to perform. Dak has been playing
Now,
good versus these terrible teams, but in a matchup like that, I would be interested to see how Dak responds to have a
now
CD completely taken away.
I will give credit to Dak. Well, Dak, I will give credit to Dak and Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks has been coming alive
They
here
finally started
lately.
using him right.
They finally started using him right. So, I mean, he could he's been showing he can throw the ball to Brandon Cooks. So I don't know. That's gonna be an interesting matchup because, like you said, I can see Dak giving the game up, but I can see Tua giving the game right back up too. So I don't know. That's a toss up. But Devin A Chain or whatever, I think it's pronounced A Chain. He makes a difference.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, that's just gonna be a funny weekend, man. That's gonna be a funny weekend. Funny enough, one of our frat brothers is a Miami Dolphins fan too. So him and
Oh man.
Chris, the battle of who can finally beat a good team. But after the Cowboys, let's say Dolphins win that one. So they'll be on a 4-game win streak. They'll be at 12-3. Then they got to go to Baltimore. Um, I think we said
They can lose to Baltimore.
we lose to Baltimore, and that'll put them at 12-4. They end the season at home versus the Bills.
I think they lose to the Bills.
Yeah, and that game that will probably be like literally season on the line for the Bills. They lose, they go home. They win, they're in. But then, well, no, if we have Chiefs Ravens 1-2, I was gonna say then on the flip side, it could be one of them instances like last year where since he played Baltimore that last week and then turned around and had to play him again in the wild card the week after immediately. But if Bills get seventh, they wouldn't draw the Dolphins unless they're second. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that I don't know. That one's tough too.
I go Bills in that one
Yeah. I'm
because
go.
we can say Bills a good team. Well, at least a playoff caliber
They
team.
should be. They should be. But then, like we were just saying, Jalen Ramsey, Josh Allen,
Yeah,
is gonna give him
he
something.
go he go give him something for sure. But he definitely give him something for sure.
And then
He
at that
definitely give
point,
him
where
something.
cause depending on how the Bills season goes, like I really feel like I'm still gonna. They're mathematically still alive, so, and they got Josh Allen, so they still obviously have a fighting chance. I just feel like the loss this weekend was so demoralizing. I think I think their spirit is too hurt to actually really make the playoffs this year. And they got a rough schedule as well. So we're gonna get to them. Let's give them the win and come back to this and
Come back
see
to it.
see how see how that fares. But that leaves the Dolphins finishing 12-5 as well. So what are we? We're through the first 4 teams.
Yeah.
5 Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness. The worst winning team in all of football.
I don't get how they are winning, dog. Here
I
we
don't know.
are.
They're here. The
Yeah, somehow,
division
some
dropping
way.
like flies besides the Ravens, and they just staying afloat. And luckily for them, they kind of got a cupcake schedule for the rest of the year until maybe the last game versus the Ravens. But they get the Cardinals this week. Obviously, Cardinals have Kyler back, so maybe a more competitive game. But Cardinals are 2-10 at the end of the day. This is in Heinz Field, Pittsburgh. So I think Pittsburgh should be able to win that. And if Matt Canada really was the problem, they just have 400 yards last week. I'm not saying they're gonna go for 400 again this week, but let's see the offense, be improved. Hopefully they throw some touchdowns to Deontay Johnson. Hopefully he looks like he wants to play football for the Steelers because
Oh
we
my
got him
god!
on fantasy
You
now.
seen that clip though when he was just
I was watching it live. I was like, what is he doing?
he just
Because I had peeped it when they were showing the replay for the fumble. I'm like, why is he just like he didn't block? And I'm like, why is he just standing there walking?
he just
Because I
didn't care.
I know it. That was when I texted you. He just dropped the touchdown before that, but then Dean Blandino, or maybe it was Gene Steratore, whatever ref they called in on CBS. I think that's Steratore. He came in and said technically he completed the process of a catch. The DB knocked it out late when he'd already, scored the touchdown. So it should have been a touchdown catch, but it wasn't challenged. It wasn't reviewed. So it counted as a drop. And then he does that the literally the next play. And then on top of that, we had Jalen Warren who fumbled. And it was like, bruh, that's like a double whammy. We
Yeah.
miss out on points and then we lose points. We did win the fantasy match, so it's all good at the end of the day. But that was just a rough sequence for them. But I'm gonna give them a dub versus the Cardinals. I think that's fair. They
That's
should
fair.
be able to get that. Then they got at New England, or not at their home versus New England.
That should be a dub.
That should be a dub. I don't know how many more times you can input Mac Jones and then bench Mac Jones. He's been benched 5 times now within the last 2 seasons. At this point, just go with Bailey Zappi or whoever. But you can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing for Mac. It can't be good for his confidence. The offense is completely horrible. Bill Belichick got to be gone after this year,
Yeah,
sitting
he's
at two
going.
and nine. Like, just just make a decision. Either play him or don't. And at this point, it really should just be don't. And then hopefully, I don't think Mac Jones is like, I don't think he's as horrible as he's looking right now. I think he could be a serviceable game manager. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever situation he ends up in next, hopefully it's way better than what he's in now. But another dub versus the Patriots. So they're sitting at 9-4 miraculously. Then they get the Colts at Indy. This one will be tough. It did come out today that Jonathan Taylor is out the next 2 to 3 weeks. I think he hurt his wrist or something in
His thumb.
his thumb.
He needs
Okay.
surgery on it or whatever.
Yeah. So this would be the 3 week mark for that. So maybe he's back for this game. I'm gonna give the Colts this dub. I think
Yeah.
this will be a tough win for them. They'll come to play because they'll be in the playoff fight as well, and they're at home. And I'm still not a believer in the Steelers really, but we'll see. Maybe by that time they'll have built some momentum on offense. The Cardinals, Patriots following this Bengals dub this past week. I'm gonna give the Colts that one. So that puts them at 9-5. They got at home versus the Bengals. That should be a dub, I feel like. You said what?
I think they should win that game.
And then at the Seahawks. That's a tough one because Seahawks are probably going to be fighting for playoff wild card over in the NFC, and that's in the link in Seattle. Seattle hasn't. Geno's been banged up. The defense hasn't been as good as it was supposed to be this year or thought to be coming into the year. I'll give Seattle this dub at home. I don't think Kenny Pickett will be ready to lead them to a victory in that stadium. What do you think?
I got Seattle too, but like you said, they've been kind of banged up. I know Kenneth Walker been banged up. He's been out. Their defense been kind of underwhelming. I know too. I seen Tyreek Woolen. He had a crazy great year last year, his rookie year, but this year, past game, he got benched or whatever,
Yeah,
which is
tough.
crazy. But I think they come out. I think Seattle wins that game.
Okay, so that would take them to 9-6, I believe, and
Yeah.
then at the Ravens to end the year. That's I don't know. That's gonna be a game till you probably win and you're in, depending on the rest of the schedule.
Ravens they might have two locked in. The second seed locked in. They might sit people in the second half, or they
Yeah,
might, I don't know. So that can be a toss up game, but I don't know. I think Baltimore still wins that.
yeah. Let's just go with the premise that they'll be fighting for some too, so they play their people, and maybe they have a chance to knock out Pittsburgh. And
Yeah.
so maybe that's enough for them to get up for that game. So I give the Ravens that one. Plus, I think we gave them that win on their schedule too. So Steelers will finish 9 and or was this? Let's see, 1-8, 9, 9-5, 10-5, 10-7, 10-7 for the
27.
Steelers.
Not too bad.
Will that be enough? Will that be enough as we keep going? Next up, Cleveland. Like I said, Cleveland, man, this kind of just karma for their franchise. It's not necessarily the players' fault, but this is what the owners and GM get for going out and signing Deshaun Watson to $230 million
Mhm.
fully guaranteed contract after the allegations he had. And now, after he had to sit out basically all of last year, which kicked him out of playoff contention. This year he gets hurt for the season. And now, even though they're in the playoffs as of right now, Myles Garrett a little banged up. PJ Walker at QB probably this week. Things are gonna get a little dicey for them. This week they're at Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are still fighting. I believe they got a dub this past weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they beat they whooped up on the Cardinals. So they still got something to play for. I think the Rams beat them.
I think the Rams win.
Especially if Myles Garrett doesn't play. Myles Garrett
Mhm.
plays, obviously he can make a few game changing plays, but he's banged up. Think McVay will have a good game plan at home. I think the Rams will get this one. So that's gonna knock the Browns to 7-5. Then they got the Jags. Uh I forgot. Do we give the Jags that dub?
We got the Jags that dub.
Well, that's another L for the Browns, so that takes them to 7-6. Now their playoff hopes are really on the front. They do get the Bears.
They should beat the
Now
Bears.
they should beat the Bears. Poor Justin Fields
Yeah,
going into that
he's.
game. Them screens will not save him.
Oh my god! Third down screen, third and long screen, second and long screen. Crazy.
Crazy. So we'll give them that dub. So they'll be 8-6. Then what was supposed to be Deshaun's return to Houston, y'all
He's
got him.
scared. He's
He's
scared.
scared. That I'd definitely give y'all the dub on that one for sure.
Yeah.
So that's 8-7. Then they have the Jets at home. Aaron Rodgers would, by Aaron Rodgers' timeline, if the Jets are still in playoff contention, he would be back. I don't think the Jets will be back or be in playoff contention, and it would be very stupid of them to let him play at that point because he is 39 coming off an Achilles. Because if he messes around and tears it again, then you just don't have a quarterback. You got to go into the draft trying to make a move to get a quarterback because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back at that point.
Nah, he had two torn Achilles. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done. He's done.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers' fault that they're in this as is. Like,
Yeah, that is true.
he made all the moves. Alan Lazard was a healthy scratch this past week. That's his guy. Randall Cobb hasn't done anything because he's old and washed. I don't know why they signed him. Rodgers got Tim Boyle, the backup quarterback, who I think in college he threw like 26 interceptions and like 10 touchdowns. NFL, he's got like one touchdown to multiple interceptions. Just literally horrible across the board. I don't know how he has a job in the NFL as QB, let alone a starting QB. I would have thrown Trevor Siemian in there first before Tim Boyle. But hey, Aaron Rodgers' team, literally, that's why some of this stuff is being done. So I don't think they're going to be in playoff contention. And if it's Tim Boyle back there at quarterback, I think the Browns can get that dub. So that'll take them to 8-8. Is that what that is? 7-5, 7-6, 8-6, 8-7. Oh,
I think
9-7,
9-7.
9-7.
Yeah.
And then they'll get the Bengals, and they always beat the Bengals. Well, they always beat Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Maybe Jake Browning makes a difference. Though. I don't know. I don't know. The Bengals, honestly, they at that point in the season, since it's over, they might be like, "Hey, Jamar, like nobody get injured. Jamar, you about to probably sign the biggest wide receiver contract in the off season. You're a valuable trade asset because they're not signing him back. So they might be benching everybody for that game. So I'll give the Browns a dub, and they will also finish 10-7.
10-7.
It's crazy because it's as much as like we try to predict this, there's still so much that could happen.
So much can happen because
tiebreakers, like
tiebreakers. Shit, yeah.
it's literally gonna come down to the finish line. After them, Indianapolis, who sits at 6-5 and currently holds the last wild card spot at the 7th seed. Upcoming, they're at Tennessee this week. Divisional matchup. You're more of an AFC South expert than me. Let me know. You think they can win that one, or is Ashton gonna get a dub this week?
Man, okay. So like I predicted before the season started, Titans are bad. Titans are a bad team, but this game is in Tennessee. They didn't play Will Levis at the beginning of the year. They played Tannehill, I believe. So they're gonna get they'll get Will this game. This game gonna be a very 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 close game. Like all of what's called all of the AFC South games usually are. Um, Surprisingly, I think I got the Titans in this game, man. I think the Titans gonna come out and shock them and get this win. But I don't know. It's gonna be it should be a close one.
Okay. So Indy drops one, so they moved to 6-6 with that loss. Then who they got next? They're at the Bengals next. It'll probably be a tough game, even though they should win. But I think they'll be fighting for something. I think
Mm-hmm.
technically the Bengals are still fighting for something, but I think the Colts can win this
Yeah,
one.
I think they're going that one too.
So 7-6. Then I had them getting a dub at home versus the Steelers the next week, 8-6. Then they get the
Atlanta.
Falcons in Atlanta. I'm gonna take Atlanta in that one.
Yeah,
That's
Atlanta usually good at home.
They are, and they seem to be trying to use Bijan more. And
Yeah,
Desmond Ritter looks serviceable this weekend. Granted, might have just been because on the opposite side of the field we were watching Derek Carr's sorry ass once again not scoring the red zone. But I'll give the Falcons that dub, so that moves the Colts to 8-7, and then
get the Raiders.
hmm,
I don't know. How you feel about that?
I mean the way Max Crosby knee look, he shouldn't be playing for the rest of the year. But the Ravens are playing better football under Pierce.
They really are playing good football right now.
They believe in him, and he's got them like hyped up and ready to play. I'm gonna give the Raiders that dub, 8-8, and then your Texans. That's probably this might be the battle for the final wild card spot. And your Colts, the Colts upset y'all. What was that, week 1 or 2 when
That
y'all
was
played them?
week 2. AR came in the game. He had two touchdowns before he got hurt. That last play he got concussion or whatever, and he was out. Then Minshew came in. He was serviceable or whatever. We just couldn't get over that little hump. But yeah, I got us winning.
Yeah, I'll give y'all that one too. So Colts 8-9, that moves them out of the playoffs. I'm pretty sure. So great season though for them, because
Mm-hmm.
circumstances included. Hopefully AR next year comes back and he learns to slide and not try to truck everybody before he ends up like Cam Newton even earlier into his career.
He looks good. Like when he was
He was
playing though,
good.
he was good. He really was good. So I mean, it's a promising future over there for them too, also. So they need some receivers because Alec Pierce is horrible.
They
I don't know
do.
if you get it.
They did get a nice steal in I think what's his name, Caleb Downs.
Josh Downs. Josh
Josh
Downs
Downs.
nice.
Josh
Josh
Downs.
Downs nice. He's probably top 5 or top 8 rookie receivers right now. I would say.
They
He's one of
probably
them.
lose Pittman Jr. I think this year because he's gonna be up for a deal, and I'm sure someone will probably sign him to a nice chunk of money. It
Mm-hmm.
might be my Chiefs because I don't think Veach is gonna go for the top receiver one, but
He's 6'4" too. So
yeah, so it might he probably is gone because they just paid Taylor, and then if AR is the future, they're gonna have to pay him at some point, and they still need to build defense.
yeah.
So he'll probably be gone. But yeah, I'm hoping he stay healthy because that's gonna actually be a nice little division battle for years to come with y'all, them, and the Jaguars. Like all three teams are young and talented, so that should be a decent division for years to come. Tennessee is still up in the air. Like
Mm-hmm.
Will Levis, I don't know. Like he has some splash plays here and there. Derrick Henry's aging. Mike Vrabel might be out of there. So who knows what's going on with them. But next up is your Texans in the eighth spot. I got the Broncos this week at home, 3.5 point favorites. Broncos have been playing good. Their defense is playing really good. The offense, I'll give Russ credit. He hasn't been turning over the ball. Their offense has been doing just enough. The defense has been carrying. I think they have like 7 or 8 turnovers in like the last 3-4 games or something like that. Might even be more turnovers than that. But defense has been balling crazy. Like I said, Russ taking care of the ball. So that's how they're winning the games. They are currently on a 5-game win streak. Started off 1-5. They now sit at 6-5. They're one spot behind y'all in the playoff race at ninth. So this game has a lot of implications. But y'all at home bouncing back. As long as it doesn't come down to Amendola 50-yard field goal kick, I think y'all should be good. And hopefully, if it does come down to that this time and it's 4th down, hopefully D'Amico just sends back out CJ Stroud.
Oh my God, I was hoping he would. I was like, there's no reason why we should have Amendola out right now. Just go for it on 4th down. Whatever though.
Yeah, I'll give y'all that dub. Then y'all got at New York Jets. That should be a dub. Defense will it'll be a nice little test for CJ versus that defense of Sauce Gardner. But y'all should win that one as long as the Jets literally their offense is so shitty with
Yeah,
whatever
it is
quarterback they
bad.
try to throw back there. They messed up. They could have got a couple serviceable backup QBs for the trade deadline. I know Carson Wentz isn't the Carson Wentz he once was, but he would have been better than what they're put. Tim Boyle, come on, man,
Yeah,
be for real. Y'all not being serious. So yeah, that should be a dub. So y'all be sitting at 8-5 at that point, looking good. Then you go to Tennessee.
I think we dropped this one.
And I was gonna say this is the game where it's like, are we betting Derrick Henry over 200 yards, or can y'all finally get that streak this year?
I think this one of the games that we're gonna drop going rest the season out, whatever. But yeah, I think this. For some reason Tennessee plays us incredibly well. It's always a close game, but yeah, I think this is a game we'll drop.
Okay, so 8-6. Browns at home. Week after that, we gave y'all that dub. 9-6. Then you got the Titans again at home this time. Bounce back.
Bounce back win. CJ, for some reason CJ loves playing at home, so
He loved Houston, just not the girls here.
it's not the good.
Just not the girls here. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so that's what 10-6, and then final game at the Colts. Think we'd have the Colts coming in at 8-8 in this one. Y'all would be 9-6. So this literally Colts win, they get the tiebreaker over y'all, and they're probably in. Y'all win. That's actually a funny parallel because last year it was the last game and it was the fight for the first pick of the draft, and now y'all gonna be fighting for the wild card. And y'all messed around and won that game.
Yeah, but because of Lovie Smith ass, motherfucker won that game, bro. I was so pissed. I was like, no, we're not gonna get Bryce Young. Now look at us.
Yeah, you love CJ Stroud. So all things worked out in, but yeah, I got y'all winning that one, and I think that will put y'all in the either the 7th or 6th seed in the wild card, depending on some of the tiebreakers. So Texas, and what was supposed to be the first year, the proper rebuild, made the playoffs. So props to y'all. It's gonna be tough because y'all get the 7th seed. That means you're probably drawing either Baltimore, Miami.
I want Baltimore again, though. Ooh, I want that game again. I ain't
You
gonna
do?
care. I want that game again. That was CJ first game. They came out. They put. I ain't gonna lie. They put it on us though. But that shit, we ain't score at all. Well, we ain't score a touchdown at all. All we did was score field goals. But I want that game again for sure. But yeah, nah. It'll probably be either Baltimore or what we said, Jacksonville or Dolphins. 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Out of
yeah,
three. But I think it'll be the Ravens though.
that's fair. If y'all get Jacksonville, I think y'all honestly might win that playoff game. Y'all get Baltimore, Miami, that's gonna be much tougher. Miami, I feel more confident. Baltimore,
But they'll probably win. I'm just saying,
that's
like
just
I
gonna be
want.
a tough ass playoff game.
Yeah.
I think it will
In
be much
Baltimore.
better than the first game.
Yeah, it should be. It should be much better.
But yeah, that Baltimore defense is just real tough. But
Mhm.
so y'all finished 10-7, moving on to the Broncos in 9th place, and then we'll finish it up with the Bills after this. Um, Broncos, so got them losing this week versus y'all. So put them at 6-6 in the 5-game win streak. What the, bro? ESPN be pissing me off with these ads like in the middle of the page.
It's horrible. It's the
Bro,
worst.
I'm just be trying to scroll and then it thinks I'm clicking on the ad and then it just pops up and freezes the phone completely. But you get back to this. Then they go to LA to play the Chargers. I won't bet on them again, but I want to say the Chargers should win this game. Season will literally probably be on the brink at this point. So like, oh my god, I don't know.
What Giannis at?
He was at 39. He probably hit. He went. He started going crazy this half. I'm pretty sure he did
On a random Tuesday.
on a random Tuesday. It's 124 to 122 and 1 minute left. They up two. So like, even if they, oh wow, he's literally at 41 points and rebounds right now. Oh my god. Yeah, I got Giannis under 42 and a half points and rebounds, y'all. He's got 31 points, 10 rebounds right now. Dame Lillard is shooting. I don't know if it's a technical free throw, a 3-second violation, but he's at the free throw line shooting. He hit. So Milwaukee up 3 now. Hopefully they just keep getting the ball to Dame, let him close. Hopefully Giannis can grab one more board technically. Hopefully he doesn't do that. But if he do, he don't want them late game free throws. Just throw the ball away
Throw the
real
ball
quick.
away, yeah.
Get it out of there. I need Milwaukee to just pull this dub out. Pretty please, man. But Dame got fouled, and I think that was the tech because they didn't agree with the foul. So he's got 2 free throws as well, and he just hit those. But yeah, Broncos. How you think? I don't know how Staley has a job to this point.
I don't know how either. He should been fired right now.
Yeah. After last year's playoff game, he should have been fired for that collapse.
Yeah.
But especially how that's lingered on through this year, like he gotta be gone. But okay, Lowry just scored.
He's 3 games on the road in a row.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them, and they're 2 of them are divisional. I think. Wait, or no, I was looking at the Chargers schedule. Where Broncos go? Oh, good dunk, Robin Lopez. Or no, that's Brooke. That's Brooke. They up 5 with 38 seconds. Just
close it out, man.
Close it out. Close it out. And don't let Giannis grab the board. Please. Please. But let's see. I'm gonna give. I just know the Chargers will find a way to lose this game. I'm gonna say the Chargers win this one at home. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. So that'll kick the Broncos to 6-7. You think the Chargers can pull it out, or are you giving Denver that dub?
I don't know, man.
I know.
What happened? What was how did the matchup go last year?
They're all close. I think they split, if I'm not mistaken. It's just literally everyone in the division's games are close unless we blow out one of them at least. Like we blow out at least one of them every year. Every other game between all of it is just super close for no reason. Like even through the 15 game win streak we have versus Denver, I think maybe one of those out of the last 8 was like a real blowout. But other than that, they were all close for no reason. Like last year, we went up like 28-0 in this first half, and then we let them come all the way back and had to put together a drive at the end to win that one. It's like we were BSing around, but it's like still, it just be close for no. You know how the divisional games go. So that one is probably going to come down to the final possession. You just have to. Well, no, because Russ, he's still Russ, and that Chargers defense still Chargers defense. And on the flip side, it's not like if we put the ball in Herbert's hand, we just gonna like, yes, Middleton got the rebound. Get out the way, Giannis. Get out the way. Don't throw it to him. Okay, Milwaukee called timeout. Hopefully Giannis is inbounding the ball. Oh my god. But like, oh yeah, it's Chargers will probably lose this game. I'm gonna say they win, but they will probably lose. I'm just thinking about all the scenarios and how this season is going. It's gonna come down to the very last possession. Russ will get a field goal or something, and Justin Herbert will have the ball with a minute left or 2 minutes left, only needing a field goal to tie or a touchdown to win the game. And he's gonna throw an interception to like Sertan or something. I literally can see it right now. That's how it's gonna go. But I'm gonna say the Chargers win this one. But if that happens, I'm gonna run back this clip and find it when that time comes. So December 10th
Watch it happen.
in a couple weeks. You heard it here first. I got the script if it happens for real, for real. But with all that being said, you going Broncos, huh?
Nah, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna side with you. I'm gonna go Chargers.
Okay. So that would knock the Broncos back to 6-7, and then they got to go to Detroit. Detroit's been looking a little shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I give Detroit this one though.
okay, so dang, Broncos go from a 5-game win streak to a 3-game losing streak. Then they get at home versus the Patriots. That should be a dub.
That'll be the
So they'll be what 7-8 at that point, or no? Yeah, 7-8.
yeah.
And then they're at home versus the Chargers. They'll win that one at home.
They'll
I think.
win that one. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh, he got it.
They double Brooke Lopez and he passes to Giannis for a wide open dunk.
Wow. And that's how.
I can't believe it. Oh my goodness! Just try hard.
That's tough. He was at like 16 or something like that at halftime, huh?
18.
18
And what I say, just don't get 25. He gets 25 exactly.
on a random Tuesday. He going all out. So that's what I don't like about him, man. I like him, but that's what, on a random Tuesday, he gonna do some shit like that.
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. Had him in the prize pick slip and everything. I think it was looking tough, and then that just happened. Let's see. Yeah, Scotty hit. Oh, it don't matter. Darius Garland. I had him over 29 points. He got 19. Donovan Mitchell went off for 40 versus Atlanta. Trey Young, 8 3-pointers attempted. He hit right at 8. Scotty Barnes, like I said, hit Luca. I had Luca's less too. PRA 47.5. He's at 33, and I don't even think. Oh, they're halfway through third quarter, so he's probably gonna hit that. But the Rockets are actually up 3 right now, so it is what it is. Back to the football we go, man. We're with the Broncos. Sorry for getting distracted there. Giannis just crushed my dreams. But oh yeah, they'll win at home versus the Chargers, I think. So that'll put them at 8-8, and then they'll have to go on the road at the Raiders, and that will probably decide if they can get one of the final wild card spots. Even though I don't know with 9-8 as of right now with what we got for the finishing records, that won't be good enough. Like we said at the beginning of the year, the 10-7 is probably gonna be the final straw for the AFC. And with y'all finishing 10-7, Browns 10-7, Steelers 10-7, those are the last 3 wild card spots right there. So I think the Broncos will lose that game versus Raiders anyway. Like Raiders gonna ball out the last game of the season with nothing to lose at home. So I have the Broncos finishing 8-9, and then I mean, yes, Russ has looked better, but at the same time, he's older. Contract's gonna start kicking in. They're gonna have to get rid of probably Judy or Sutton because they can't pay him. So things gonna get interesting for Sean Payton in Denver. But I mean, looks like he's got the culture turned around at least. They're playing some winning football. So and Russ looks half decent again. But yeah, Denver falling out at 8-9, and then the last team on the AFC standing at 10, Buffalo Bills. Man, Like I said, that demoralizing loss versus the Eagles. They have a bye week, so they get to sit and rest with that. And then, lucky for my Chiefs, right out the bye, they got us at Arrowhead Sunday afternoon, December 10th. Like I said, they are gonna come out guns a blazing.
Stay Super Bowl.
They're gonna be saying Josh Allen is. This is why Josh Allen is compared to Patrick Mahomes. You already know all the stuff that's gonna come out. They win. Oh God.
Oh
Well,
my gosh, it's
is
gonna
Josh
be.
like Josh Allen? He's had an up and down year, but is he better than Patrick Mahomes? Like, I'm gonna say my Chiefs win this one. It won't be easy, but I think we've never played Josh Allen with this good of a defense, and I think the offense will have gotten things clicking. Hopefully we keep it rolling versus Green Bay this week, rolling into that game in 2 weeks. So I think we can win this game. I'm gonna give us like 24-20 or something. I think we could pull this one out. Then they get the Cowboys at home. That's a Bills dub, Cowboys fans. Y'all,
Yes.
Josh Allen will probably throw for 400 on y'all for whatever reason. Like it's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Then they get the Chargers in LA. They should win that one. I can see that being a Bills blunder and then the Chargers miraculously winning when they can't win games. But I'm gonna give the Bills that one as well. So that'll put them at what? 8-7.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get the Patriots at home. That's a dub. They'll kill them. 9-7. Playoff wild card spot on the line versus Miami for the end. Then we give the Bills the win out on that one.
I believe we did. Yeah.
So they finished 10-7. We have 8
Wait.
teams
Yeah, we did.
in the AFC.
All at 10-7.
Well, not all 10-7, but like, so we got Chiefs first place 14-3, Ravens second 13-4, Jags third 12-5, Dolphins 4-5. Well, those could be switched. I don't know who has a tiebreaker between them, but then Steelers, Browns, Texans, Bills, all at 10-7.
Wait. Didn't we have Texans at 11-6?
Oh, maybe I counted that wrong.
Yeah, because we said they're gonna drop only Tennessee.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay. Well, then in that case,
I think we said that.
yeah, that's the only game we had them losing. Yeah, that's it. So Texans 11-6. So then it's a 3-way tie between the Bills, Steelers, and Browns. I think the Bills would still lose out because if they lose to us, that's another AFC loss. And as of right now, the thing that's killing them, they have 5 conference losses. Cleveland and Pittsburgh both sit with 3.
Mm-hmm.
And
right now, the Steelers have the tiebreaker over Cleveland because they have a better win percentage. They have a better win percentage in the division.
yep.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the Bills will still fall out, which will be even more demoralizing if they win and still don't make it at 10-7. Dang. That's tough.
Shit, at least your prediction comes right though.
Yeah. It do. That is definitely tough for them. Oh my God. I don't know what was going on in the Kansas game, but we barely beat Eastern Illinois.
Mm.
We actually lost the second half by 5. That's just terrible. Oh my God. Well,
Take a subject and they ass whoop.
we knew that was coming. I need the Kings and I need the Kings to win this game for one. And I need the over to hit in the first half, or this is a rough day. I had Giannis under 42.5. Get hooked there with that last dunk. Trey Young over 26.5. I don't think he showed up to play at all because the highest score on the team had 18, and that was Bogdanovich. Looking at the box score. Yeah, Trey Young finished with 13, 3 for 14 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3. Just pitiful. So yeah, I need the Kings to ball out. Light the motherfucking beam. God,
Like the beam, man.
golly, this is a rough day.
Ooh,
But
look at the Warriors.
yeah, the Warriors have beat them twice this season. I'm hoping they got fire behind them. Like, don't let them beat us a third time in a row this season. But they are missing Keegan Murray. I guess he's out with some back injury, and Draymond back. But we'll see. So yeah, that ends the AFC playoff picture.
It's gonna get interesting, man. Coming down in stretch with the AFC. It's a lot of close. It's there's gonna be a lot of close teams fighting for that walker. I mean, same with NFC, honestly, too. If you look at it, NFC come down stretch also. It's a lot of it's gonna be close, but yeah, man, it's some good football that's about to be played these last couple of weeks or
yeah, it's
whatever.
gonna come down to where it's playoff time. Like, it's not
Yeah,
playoffs, but it's playoff
it's
time
playoff
for a
time.
lot of
Yeah,
teams. So
players know it too.
oh
So
yeah. The intensity's for sure stepping up, and you can
mhm.
feel it. But come on, Herder, knock that down. Yes, sir. 3 ball. Let's get it started. But we were in the group chat talking before this, our fantasy league group chat, and I think it was Tony sent some top 10 QB list that was just way off. Because of time, I'm not gonna do a full top 10, but as of right now, today in the league, let's go top 5 quarterbacks, 1 through 5. I'm gonna let you go first. You can give a little background on why you pick who, pick where, but yeah, let's see where some of these QB rankings, because I
So
want to tell you
we
way off.
going this season? We going this season, or we going like overall? Like how we doing this?
Let's go for this season. This season,
Okay. So this season we going in order.
yeah, you can go from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5. Pick your poison.
Okay. So if we going this season, I mean, I'm gonna still give Pat the edge at 1 because I mean it's Pat Mahomes. He's still the best in the world by far, in my opinion. He is. So I'm gonna still go him at 1. Um, at 2, fuck, I'm going CJ at 2. Fuck, that's all, buddy.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it was I was watching First Things First earlier. Greg Jennings says C.J. Stroud is second best QB in the league right now with Joe Burrow out. He said with healthy Joe Burrow, C.J. at 3, but he's like he's seen enough. He's number 2 in the league. So
Man, look, my reason for this, I told y'all this before, man. Under his circumstances, man, like I haven't seen someone do what he's doing since Brady, like using like below average receivers. Not really trying to call them below average, but I mean they really are below average receivers, other than Tank Dell, because we don't know what Tank Dell, is going to be in the near future, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen someone do what he's doing with the O line being banged up, with having a defensive minded rookie head coach, and having a rookie offensive coordinator. I mean, I haven't really seen that in so long, and I mean, the stats don't lie too. I mean, he's been balling, he's been playing well. So I'm gonna go him at 2. At 3, I'm gonna go. It's either Dak or Hurts. I think I'm gonna lean Dak though, because he has been playing well lately. Well, pretty much this whole season he's been playing good, and even like the tough games, even like the tough games or whatever, he's still been playing good against good teams. Then I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts at 4, and at 5 I'm gonna go Tua.
okay, that's fair. For me, I'm not even gonna be a homer for right now. I know QB or wins aren't a QB stat, but I mean they are. They're factored into this stuff all the time when we talk about QBs. It's the reason why people were talking about Brock Purdy was the MVP to start the season when the 49ers were first balling. But give it to Jalen Hurts because he's just finding ways to win. He just beat Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen back to back, beat Tua earlier in the year. He's beat Dak. He's gonna get a chance to play Dak again in Dallas. So if he can pull out a win there, I don't think they will, but if he does, that's another one. He gets the 49ers this week. So if he wins,
If
if
he
he beats
wins against the 49ers, then okay, I might.
he
I'm
if
probably
he
gonna have to jump him for 4-1.
if he beats the 49ers this week, you might as well just ship the MVP to Philly.
Yeah,
Like it's
might
a
as well.
done deal at that point because he done beat all the top teams. So yeah, I'm gonna give Hurts one. I'm gonna give Mahomes two because at the end of the day, he still is Patrick Mahomes. And with the league leading drops this year, he's still third in QBR, actually has his highest completion percentage ever in his career, and is throwing to a bunch of wide receiver threes and wide receiver fours. Literally, MVS and Justin Watson would probably not be on out of the other 31 NFL teams. They would not be on 20, at least 20 of the team's rosters if they weren't on the Chiefs. Like straight up. And then Sky Moore, he didn't have the year two uptick that we thought he was. He's been garbage. Rasheed Rice is like kind of in the same boat, like Tank Dell. We don't know what he's gonna be yet. It looks promising. There's a lot of upside there, but like still, he just got his best game this week because we finally gave him a lot of targets and he was in the game for a majority of the time on offense. So I'm gonna give Pat that, even though it's not a Pat year by his standards. Said third in QBR. I think he's second in the league in passing touchdowns. Um, third, mm, third, I'll give it to CJ. He is balling. I thought you were gonna mention it earlier. The one, you mentioned the defensive flags. The one illegal motion that they called on
Oh
Tank
my
Dell where he
god, that was
threw, which would have
bullshit.
been a record 68 air yard completion
Oh
to
my
him,
god, that
and
was
they
so
called it back,
bullshit.
even though Tyreek Hill does that same motion about 7 times now every game, and it never gets called. That was another bad call on that one. So I'll give CJ third because he's balling out. Um, I'm gonna give Tua and Dak 4 and 5. I don't care which way you want to place them, but both of them to solidify their spots as top five, they got to win some of these games down the stretch versus really good opponents. And honestly, when they do face off, the winner of that one, depending on how they play, might be the determining factor in who gets the top five solidified and who drops out of the top five. Because, like, dang, you really can't beat good teams. So that one is still up in the air. So, Chris, when you watch this, you happy? I think, Cam, you said Dak is what, at
I
three?
got Dak at 3.
He got Dak at 3. I got Dak at 4 or 5, however you want to put it. He's been having a great year, but it's been against completely ass teams. So I'm still not stamping him until we see it. And plus, he benefits from the fact his defense literally beats up on the worst quarterback. The Cowboys have faced the worst quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
That's the one problem. Like, the part of my belief that the Cowboys will once again fail this year is not even so much that it's Dak failing this time. Cowboys defense is really good against bad teams, but they're not that great against good teams either. Like, when they have to play good QBs, they don't show up like they do versus the Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Danny DeVito. Was it? Did I say Zach Wilson already? Who else did they play? They played Dobbs in Arizona and got killed in that one. Sam Howell, who's a turnover machine. Like, they literally get the feast on the worst quarterback. So this upcoming stretch where they're gonna get Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, uh Jared Goff, even though he's
Even Jared
kind of
Goff
looked off
is.
the couple weeks, it's gonna tell a lot about this Cowboys team. So, and then even then, they have like I said, they have to make it to the conference championship this year. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If they draw the 49ers because they, end up that way in the seeding, so be it. But it's looking like they honestly, if as long as Philly stays in first, they'll be in fifth. As long as the 6 or 7 seed doesn't upset their matchups, they'll get Philly in the divisional round, and then they won't have to play San Francisco till the NFC Championship. They can get past the Eagles. But like I said, I'm not stamping them and stamping Dak until I see it versus good competition. Because right now, y'all a bunch of front runners as far as I'm concerned. But props to you. Like we said, props to the Dolphins. Y'all pounce on the really bad teams. Is what you're supposed to do. So credit for doing that. Now let's just see that repeated versus good teams, and maybe Dak put together a game-winning drive or two in some of these tougher games, but not step out of bounds. When you got to convert the necessary 2-point conversion. So,
And Cam, don't get mad at me for putting Hurts at 4. Hurts is a great player. He's MVP. He's gonna be MVP. So please don't get mad at me. I'm not looking at the wins necessarily, even though I probably should look at the wins because like you said, that kind of defines the quarterback also. But I'm looking at strictly quarterback play, like what I see out there.
And it hasn't been good.
It hasn't really necessarily.
But he's gonna win MVP
but
out
he's
of,
going yeah.
out of this. Yeah,
Because he also, what I said, he had like 11 rushing touchdowns, even though all those been tush push or whatever.
Oh my god!
You still gotta count it. You still gotta count it.
You still gotta count it.
He lead the league in turnovers too. So that's also why I have him in 4. But he will be MVP because, like you said, the win record, he's winning, he's beating good teams. So
yeah,
don't get mad, please.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, he got it. I'll give it to him. And Cam will even admit that this isn't a good Jalen Hurts year by his standards, but they're winning football games, so that kind of erases everything. Because he had 2 terrible turnovers this week, like I said, but then he gets the clutch game-winning drive and the game-winning rushing touchdown. It's like nobody remembers those. They just remember Josh Allen missing Gabe Davis for the win, and that's how narratives go. So that wraps up the NFL Week 13 preview, the AFC standings, top 5 QBs. I don't know if you got any bets locked in since this is Tuesday night, but I myself do, so I'm gonna give those here since I missed out last week. And then if anything is added to my slate or added to Cam's slate, like I said, follow us at INISPOD, Pod on Twitter. That's where I tweet out these plays. Let me get to my NFL bets, please. And I'll give y'all those right up. Now, we just got done talking about, Jalen Hurts and everything. But not gonna lie, man. Not gonna lie.
You gonna get some?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I locked it in early. The line went from -1 San Francisco and now it's up to -3. I got it at -2.5. I honestly think the 49ers about to. It's like Jalen Hurts has been winning the games. I give him all the props in the world. He's been clutch. But the way they have been playing, they've literally been escaping by the skin of their teeth. Yeah. And this is a hungry 49ers team who obviously feels like they should have been in the Super Bowl last year, if not for Brock Purdy tearing his I think whatever ligament in his elbow. So they've been, this game been on the calendar for them. They're back healthy. They look to be, running it. So for one unit, San Francisco -2.5, take it to the bank. I think San Francisco might beat them by.
I was about to say it might
touchdown. It might get. It's supposed to be raining again, and I think that's part of the reason Jalen Hurts has kind of been bad throwing the ball as well. But yeah, if he can't throw the ball well, it's not gonna end good for.
Because you're not gonna be able to run on them, bro. You're not running crazy on the 49ers defense. I'm sorry, they won't. Like Swift is not. I don't think Swift gonna get off. I really don't think Swift gonna get off like that.
And Chase Young, nice addition. And also, what scared me about my bet with the Eagles, because I had put it in early with the parlay with the Chiefs this past week. Lane Johnson went out, but that wasn't announced until Sunday morning that he was out with a groin injury. No. And the Eagles' record without Lane Johnson is now 14-22 because they won, but it's 13-22. They're not good when Lane Johnson misses game. And I don't like he was out there warming up this past week, so I would think it's probably a better chance he plays this week, especially since it's a bigger game. But if he's out, it's for sure Eagles lost. The offensive line for the Eagles hasn't looked good the past couple weeks either. If we're keeping it a buck versus the Chiefs or the Bills. And if Lane Johnson is out versus that team, the 49ers with Bosa and Young on both ends, yeah, it's a wrap. So San Francisco, -2.5. Take that to the bank. Take it -3. Might even, do one of the alternate spreads if you like that. Go go plus money for like they win by a touchdown, win by double digits. That might be good. I think they might get them. They might get them good. That's not to say they'll beat them in the playoffs if they get this matchup again. But
Yeah,
as far as this week, as the two teams have been playing,
and they got him.
yeah, I think they got them as well. And it's crazy because the Eagles are 10-1 at home and they're a 3-point underdog.
Crazy.
That never happens, and that's kind of disrespectful on there.
It
So
really is.
it is, but I had to take it. I had to take it. But the next three bets I got for the week as of right now, all of my Chiefs, man. Like I said, we about to run the table. Offense getting clicking. Last week we had our first moment where the defense kind of slipped up a bit in the first half, and I think that honestly propelled the offense to like finally hit the switch. Like, oh, our defense isn't balling out right now, so we literally have to get it going because it's on us now for real. And now we got both sides playing good versus Green Bay. I know Jordan Love just torched Detroit's defense, but Detroit's secondary is garbage. If you go on Detroit sports Twitter, every week you'll see their fans complain about firing their defensive coordinator. I think his name's like Ben Johnson or something. So, or maybe that's the OC, but whatever their DC's name is, they're always talking about firing him because their secondary is trash, and they be saying they let Aiden Hutchinson down every week. So I got us -3.5 first half for 2 units. Then I got us over 23.5. That's the game total. I don't think we've ever been that low.
Mm,
Yeah, maybe it's some weather involved, but over 23.5.
possibly.
I think we get 30 plus again this weekend, and then over 11.5 first half from 1.5 units. So those are my four bets as of right now this week. I only did 4 picks last week and swept. I might honestly just keep it to 4. I'm not liking props right now. In NBA or NFL, like I just keep getting hooked in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm staying away from the props. I think I'll just roll with these 4. But like I said, if anything is added, follow us on Twitter. It will be
Later.
there. I promise. I'll tweet it out Thursday afternoon, quoting the tweet with the video when this goes up. So those are my 4 picks for the week. Cam said he's riding with the San Francisco -2.5. Do you have anything else, or you still TBD on a few picks? Or are you taking your Texans -3?
Nah, see, I'm trying to stay away from them because I like, like I did last year, man. It's like I'm bad juju with them, man. So I'm staying away from my Texans altogether. But
That's fair. That's fair.
nah, I just got 49ers -3 this week. I was thinking about the Lions, but I don't know. I'm just sticking with the 49ers.
Okay. Like I said, man, follow us on Twitter. If there are any picks to come, they will be there on the page. But as of right now, we're both on San Francisco -2.5, -3. Got the Chiefs -3.5 first half, over 11.5 points first half, over 23.5 game total. Take it to the bank, man. Let's get this money. I'm gonna hopefully, possibly be doing an NBA episode next week. Potentially might be a live
Sure,
episode, so stay tuned for that. Might have some
sure.
special guests on the pod, and it'll be the in-season tournament semifinals. So we'll be doing live reactions of that as well. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all did, said hope y'all had a good holiday weekend this past weekend. Sorry, missed the boys, but we're back, ready to roll as kick it into gear. Like we said, it ain't playoff time, but it's playoff
It's
time. So
playoff
football
time.
really about to get good. It's gonna be good games all across the board from here on out. Can't wait to see it. Your favorite kids from the neighborhood signing off. My dog Kim, self Bryce. We out, man. Peace.
And we're knocking on your door. Can you give us something more?
I need